She laughed. "If you can't handle my world, go home," in front of her influencer. So I did. "My name is Marcus. I'm 31. 4 months ago, I walked out on my fiancée in the Maldives. She was an influencer. 680,000 followers. I'm a software engineer. When we met, she was creative and fun. When her followers grew, everything changed. I became the guy holding the ring light, the photographer, the property. The Maldives trip was supposed to be our engagement celebration, but it turned into a 4-day content marathon. Sunrise shoots, matching outfits, fake candid laughs. I kept telling myself to be supportive, but by day 3, I realized I wasn't her partner anymore. I was a background character. There were other influencer couples there, and a creative director named Julian. Young, smooth, always touching her arm, adjusting her hair, calling her darling. He spoke to her like they already had a private language. She lit up around him in a way she hadn't around me in months. Animated, glowing, effortless. I'd seen that version of her once, early on, when the world felt small and just ours. Now it felt like I was watching her perform for someone else. At one point, she and Julian were standing in the water, talking close, laughing. The sun was hitting them in that perfect, staged kind of way. Like the universe itself was part of the production. She asked me to grab her phone, but before I got there, he stepped in, lifted his own phone, and she leaned toward him without hesitation, without even glancing in my direction. I froze. The air went still, and I noticed everyone else noticing, the way the other couples looked down or away or pretended to adjust something to avoid witnessing it outright. That was the moment I realized the truth. I was the only one still pretending this relationship was something real. The only one still trying. The only one still in it. Then she laughed and said, loud enough for everyone, "If you can't handle my world, go home." Everyone looked at me, waiting to see what I'd do. I didn't say anything. I set her phone down, walked to the boat, and went back to the hotel. I booked the next flight out, packed my things, left the engagement ring on the nightstand with a note. "You told me to go home. I'm listening." By the time I landed back in London, I had hundreds of missed calls. Hers, mutual friends, the group chat. Someone had posted the moment online with the caption, "When he can't handle a girl boss." It went viral, but the comments were not in her favor. People called her disrespectful, self-absorbed, cruel. Her follower count started dropping. Brands pulled out. The trip sponsor pulled their contract and demanded reimbursement. She went from curated perfection to public villain in days. I stayed silent. Just posted a photo of a London sunset with the caption, "Sometimes walking away is the only way to stay yourself." That post went everywhere. I started getting messages, people thanking me for leaving instead of arguing. Screenshots leaked later showing she had been complaining about me to her influencer friends for months, calling me emotionally weak, saying she was tired of managing him. Messages with Julian hinted at something more. They joked about me. She released an apology video, crying, saying pressure changed her. It didn't help. I didn't respond. I didn't speak about her at all. Weeks later, she showed up at my door. No makeup, hoodie, eyes swollen like she hadn't slept. She sat on my couch and admitted she didn't know who she was without an audience. She said she expected me to fight for her in front of everyone, that she thought jealousy meant love. I told her love shouldn't need an audience or competition. She cried, real tears. Then asked, "Why didn't you try to destroy me after I destroyed you?" I said, "Because you did that yourself." She left. I haven't seen her since. The video of me walking away resurfaced again, but this time the message was different. People called it Real Boundaries. A podcast interviewed me about leaving relationships that require you to disappear to stay in them. I didn't trash her. I said we both got lost. After that podcast, I started getting messages from people who had been in similar situations. Partners overshadowed, minimized, turned into props. Some were men, some were women. They all said the same thing. I didn't realize I was allowed to leave. I didn't think I was either, until the moment I did. Eventually, she disappeared from social media. I heard she moved back home and started therapy. Later, I heard she went back to university to study psychology, focusing on social media addiction. Months passed. My life got quiet again. Stable. I met someone new. Not flashy, not online, just present. One day, I got a short message from Sienna. "I finally understand what peace looks like." I only replied, "Me too." No dramatic reunion, no hate, no speeches. She told me to go home, so I did, and that's where I stayed.